Our first speaker of today believes that business and capitalism can be a force for good in the world. Stephanie has been on the entrepreneurial path for almost 2 decades and has recently been exploring and researching a positive, powerful business structure that is rapidly gaining steam in our country and around the world. Please welcome Stephanie with her speech, Be the Change.
All right, so first I have to ask the customary question. Can you see my screen? Excellent. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. My name is Stephanie Caputo, and I have been an entrepreneur for the last 20 years or so. And what I do is I build villages. So whether it's a martial arts school, a fitness gym, a family center, or even at one point an art gallery, we have built every business that we've created over the years through the same 3 core principles. First is to be an ally to families, to support people in our community. The second is to be a 21st educational facility. So being able to move people towards growth and learning in innovative ways as the research comes out. We're able to test and then teach through our students and provide change, and also be a community resource. So over the years, we have donated thousands of hours of community service through character development programs, fundraising, and just being a prevalent positive impact in our community. Now, our mission is to build businesses that create the opportunity for meaningful human connection, empowered learning, and joy in the present moment. Someone that we've looked to for inspiration in this over the years is Seth Godin. You may have heard of him. He's an author of 17 best-selling books. If you've never read him, I strongly recommend Linchpin. I think everyone in the world should read Linchpin. But one of the things that he speaks to often is finding the others. So when you're looking to create change, you have to find the like-minded people, find your tribe. So as we've been moving into thinking about scale and expanding our impact beyond our small local community, we began to think about how to find the others, that we're thinking globally, thinking about positive impact. A lot of times in business, or when people think about business and capitalism, there's that impression of greed and selfishness and stepping on the little guys so that you can get maximum profits. But we believe that business can be a force of good. And I believe it was actually through Seth Godin that we discovered BCorps, certified BCorps. So I've been delving into this and learning more about it for my own personal and professional growth. And also, since Toastmasters is a supplement to the work that we do in our lives, something that allows us to move forward, I decided to share this with you guys today for my research project for my pathway. So a B Corp, this is straight from the horse's mouth from B Lab's website. A B Corp is, they're a new kind of business that balances purpose and profit. They are legally required to consider the impacts of their decisions on their workers, their customers, their suppliers, their community, and the environment. This is a community of leaders driving a global movement of people using business as a force for good. It's our others. And so what a B Corp is, so that kind of describes the vision behind it, but what a B Corp actually is something that's certified through B Labs, which is an independent nonprofit organization that takes you through an assessment. Now, there is something called a Benefits Corp, which is a legal entity. So that would be forming your company like you would an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp. It just has a higher level of accountability and transparency than most of those other business structures do. But the certified B Corp is done by an independent organization, which is B Labs. And you may think you've never heard of them before, but you have. There are over 4,000 certified B Corps, 153 industries across 77 countries. And if nothing else, you've heard of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. So Ben & Jerry's is a B Corp, 7th generation cleaning products. You may have heard of ButcherBox, Tom's Shoes, no surprise that that's a B Corp. So there are thousands of them out there and it's growing year by year. So there are 3 steps to certification that I've been looking into. The first is the assessment. So this is a 200-point scale that you can take online at their website. It tracks your performance over the last 12 months. So you do have to have been, the business has to have been in business for at least a year to be able to go through this process. And it's very flexible and adaptable. So it can accommodate everything from an ice cream production and distribution company to Fit for Dance, which is a fitness boutique business in New York City. So it accommodates all of the spectrum of industries and businesses out there. And you have to score at least 80 points to qualify to be a certified B Corp. Most businesses fall in the 40 to 60 point range. So this is not an easy thing to do. There are 5 sections that cover worker impact, how you treat your employees, community impact, so especially looks at diversity and inclusion, the environmental impact, including your suppliers. So it's not just what you're doing, but who you're choosing to buy from and get your products from. The governance, there needs to be a legal structure behind what you're doing. And then the customer impact. So guarantees, warranties, listening to your customers, providing a positive customer experience. The second thing are the legal requirements. So one of the big differences is there has to be legal protections in place for the directors and officers to consider the impact of all the stakeholders, not just the shareholders. So what most companies fall into the trap of is they become slaves, especially when they go public, to the quarterly report. It's all about returning profits to the shareholders, and then they can't do all of the wonderful things they set out to do when they first set their mission. So as a B Corp, you have to have legal structures in place to make sure that you're thinking about your customers, your workers, the planet, all of those social and environmental responsibilities. And then there also needs to be legal structures to protect that original, ideal mission that every entrepreneur starts off with, so that that mission stays strong through rounds of funding and through leadership changes that may occur. And then the third step is the verification and transparency. Anyone can go on B Lab's website and take the assessment. So you can do that for free. But then if you want to actually become a B Corp, you do need to submit it for assessment. There's verification you have to provide documentation. There are background checks that happen. 10% are randomly chosen every year to have an on-site review. And you have to get recertified every 3 years. So for example, Etsy used to be a B Corp and they are no longer. They decided for whatever reason to not uphold all of the things it takes to be a certified B Corp. And then there's transparency. Your impact report gets posted publicly online. So I have always believed, it's why I do what I do, that business can be a force for good. As an independent private business, you can move faster than nonprofits that are subject to boards. You can move faster than the public sector, like our education system. So you can make positive change in your community very, very quickly. And through certified B Corps, there is a community of people that are all making that change. And this is super exciting. I know I'm over time, and I'm gonna share it really quick. There are so many people so many businesses that want to be B Corps that they have a backlog. And I think that is such a sign of hope, especially when things are really tense and stressful right now. And big business a lot of times feels like the enemy. There are a lot of people that are looking to do this, that are looking to make a positive impact in the world through their entrepreneurial business. And in our business, we have a philosophy: drop a pebble, make some ripples. Each choice that we make, each pebble that we drop, the ripples spread, and you don't know how far they're going to go. So as you're looking to interact with different businesses, you are voting with your wallet for what you want to see in the world. So and I'm guilty of it too, when we go with the easier, cheaper, faster option that is also detrimental to the environment or doesn't take care of their workers as well, we become part of the problem. But when we choose to vote with our wallet for the companies that are making a change, maybe pay a little bit more, maybe get it a little bit slower, but we're voting for taking care of each other and taking care of our planet. So I would encourage you through the holidays and maybe into next year to explore B Corps a little bit. There's a directory That's a little bit overwhelming because there's over 4,000 of them. They cross so many industries. But there's also, if you go to bcorporation.net/stories and you click on the gift guides filter option, you can see all sorts of cool products, some that are made right in New England, some from around the world that are from companies that are B Corps. And then you can buy with the confidence that you're supporting a company that cares, that's doing more than is expected of them to be a force of good for the world. That is all. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Stephanie. I never heard of B Corp before, but many of those companies I do with, I get products from them, so I feel better now, dealing with them now that I know, they stand behind something good.